the cord and disconnected everything. We're back. And I was just showing our community portfolio before being kicked off line. That was my bad, guys. It wasn't an attack on the left flank. It was actually my fault. I kicked this cord over. But anyhow, we're back online. Drop a comment here. Let me pull back up the chat box here because I had the chat box up. Where's my chat? I was showing my our DeFi portfolio, and laughing for me said, "How about that Kava?" And yeah, how about it? Let me show my screen again, because that was the token that we were most conflicted about adding. Or no, was it? No, it was FlexiCoin. Excuse me. Actually, I was about to say something that was incorrect. But yeah, Kava is booming. It's up 64% in the past 7 days, and it's our number one gainer over there. We have Kava, we have Aave, which is the Lend token, we have Bancor, we have Kyber, and we have FlexiCoin, which is bleeding out on us over here. But yeah, that's what's going on, and Compound. So this is our little DeFi portfolio. Yeah, loud and clear, and then I kicked over something, but I'm back. That was my bad. I'm here clumsy, kicking over this cord, and I turned off the whole stream. But yeah, how about that Kava? How about that Kava? Up 64%. I was about to say that Kava, we were conflicted about adding Kava into our portfolio last week, but that's not the case. We were conflicted about adding FlexiCoin. And we gave it a whirl, but FlexiCoin's kind of bleeding out on us. It was that's kind of the gamble here with this portfolio, adding Flexa. Eventually, I want to add Syntax to this. So boom, that's where we're at, guys. Drop a comment. Let me know what's shaking and baking. I was kicked offline there by mistake. It was my fault. I kicked over a cord. I kicked over a coin. Oh, wow. Shout out to everyone on DLive, guys. So yeah, I was mentioning PayPal picking Paxos. I got kind of excited about this because I knew that Paxos has a coin, but I'm reminded that Paxos coin is a stable coin, so not really much to speculate there. Not much to speculate there. But PayPal, the stock has been booming, and I've traded it a few times. You know that I've mostly been doing the options trading there with the legacy stocks, and also with the bits. So I've been doing more options trading than traditional trading as of late, and I've explained that both with the legacy markets and with the cryptos. Rafterman said we had to try. Yeah, to add some of these coins. You're talking about the coins we added there on the DeFi platform, or the DeFi coins that we added on our altcoin portfolio. Yeah, FlexiCoin was a wild choice, and that one hasn't really made any gains, but it hasn't even been a week, so let's give it a chance. Let's see what Cointelegraph, Ledger Nano S hitting me up with ads. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get some more. Shout out to whoever sent me 5 BAT tokens yesterday. I randomly, usually I get the tips during the live broadcasts, but every once in a while people just send it to me when I'm offline, and I just did get it. 5 BAT tokens randomly. That's what kind of is not, and I've said this a bunch of times, BAT is doing great. I like BAT. I like the whole thing. It's thumbs up. But the only thing I would say is make it so that when you send the tip with the browser to a publisher or a content producer, that you can send them a little note. Because it says, I get an email that says, "Oh, someone sent you BAT." I'm like, all right, but who? Who sent me the BAT? So at least so I can thank them and send me a little note or something, The Flexa, give it a while. Yeah, let's see. The Flexa was one of those, it was the wild card. Let's see. I'll leave it there in the bag. I think maybe getting into Synthex would have been a better move, but Synthex was up like 20% that day, right? How's Synthex doing today? And most of the coins that we have there in that portfolio, they can be purchased, I think, on Binance. And I have a few. My intent is I'm shuffling some bags around as well. Where is Syntax is what I'm looking for here. SNX. Up again. Look at this thing. Keeps ripping. Look at this. All the way up. It's all the way up. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Wow. Tony says Kyber, Stellar, Ether, Chainlink. I like all the picks. Stellar, Ripple's little cousin did well last week. There was a day there that it was up a lot. Kyber, you know how I feel about Kyber. We got Kyber on both of our portfolios that we've been managing. Chainlink, we just talked about the stinky linkers. I like it. And then Ether, you know, that's the one that you know I'm sitting on some of it. You know, I'm trying to become that 32 ETH clubber, because my understanding is that they're gonna switch on that POS very soon. Sometime maybe in the fall, you'll be able to become a validator if you have 32 ETH and receive rewards. So yeah, I mean, ETH to me is on a clear path to 250 and 300, just like Bitcoin needs to, you know, go on the clear path to 95 and 10, and we'll eventually get there. Bad is jealous of their attention. Which one, the Flexa? Yeah, you know how I feel about BAT, guys. I think BAT is underrated. Grandin says, long-term thoughts on ETH Classic. Let me tell you, Grandin, I actually speculated on ETH Classic. I still have a bag, and if you've been following me, you probably know this. It's not doing what I thought it would do. But again, I don't think the ETH craze has really hit right now. You know, I think that'll come around if they turn on the POS. It seems like the DeFi craze has kind of taken the shine away from ETH. And my play with ETH Classic is to ride the coattails of the ETH frenzy, if it should occur when they switch over to POS. So, you know, I got the ETH bag, and then I got another ETH Classic bag. And I think where I'm expecting it to do is something similar like what Bitcoin Cash did. But it hasn't done that. Okay, it hasn't done that. And, you know, it's number 2. You know, it's second to Ethereum. I understand it's the true ETH. I get it. I understand it. And that's why I have the bag too. But just like, you know, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Satoshi, all the other Bitcoins are second to Bitcoin. So, you know, long-term thoughts. I'll be honest with you. I'm not crazy about the play that I did on ETH Classic. And I've been sitting on it for over a month. I just looked at it before going online. And, you know, it's kind of held its value. Actually, it's lost a couple bucks, but it really hasn't gained weight. I mean, I'm better off holding Bitcoin. And then I'm thinking about it, and I was like, you know, I'm better off just getting a bunch of DeFi coins because those seem to be gaining more weight than ETH Classic. So I'm not crazy about ETH Classic at the moment, and I'm actually holding it, to be honest with you, Grandin. And that's my opinion. I'm not anybody's crypto daddy or crypto advisor. I don't know what I'm talking about. So don't listen to me. No BAT don't want your attention or your tippers. They all want the attention. Oh, you got it. You got it. They want all the attentions. That's right. They don't even want to let those that are tipping write a little message, apparently. But yeah, I was thinking about that, Grandin. I'm holding a ETH Classic bag there, and it's kind of like sitting around. I mean, it's not, you know, dying or anything, but, you know. Now, on the other hand, I can keep talking about this. It is said, and I think this is true, that whatever could be done on ETH could be done on ETH Classic for much cheaper cost. Okay? So, you know, as ETH starts growing and they get more and more DeFi, you know, a lot of those could be knocked off on ETH Classic on a smaller scale, I guess. Now, do we need a knockoff platform? I don't know, but maybe it's cost effective, or maybe it's a good place to test something out before spending all the money and investing in it on Ether. I don't know. Big bag here too, but if POS doesn't work, then POW could pull through. Yeah, but you know, it's coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know, and there's nothing concrete to hold on to. And you know, I wouldn't say my bag is big, but you know, it's worth paying attention to. So Yeah, right now I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna be honest. This is actually something I was thinking about before going online. I just saw the account and I was like, ew, this ETH Classic's not doing anything. And I thought maybe I should just take this ETH Classic and just, roll it over into the some of the DeFi coins that we're already got in our bag here, this virtual portfolio. So, it's something I'm considering. Because I'll tell you this, if I would have done that a month ago, I'd be up a lot, And here's another thing. I'm not interested in holding ETH Classic for the long term. Like, I really, my move with ETH Classic is just a speculative move. Right now, only really long-term cryptos that I'm interested in, like long-term, that I can say, yeah, I'm down to hold this for like a year or two or more, is Bitcoin and Ether. Even Link and all these other ones are cool. And then we got a bunch of alts that we've traded in and out of. And some are gaining weight, but like to hold for a long term, come on, guys. Bitcoin. Everything wants your Bitcoin. Okay? And notice that they'll lend you USD, but it's hard to get a Bitcoin loan. So it's Bitcoin is the Mac Daddy. Okay? I think we will get a pump when everybody gets their second stimulus check. Yeah, hopefully, right? They drop another stimulus check. I say hopefully in one way because it could be a short-term gainer. But, in another way, we know it's just training everybody to accept welfare for everyone. Rafterman just gave me $5. Thank you, Rafterman. I not always the best protocol. Network effects have power. It's not always about the best protocol. It's also about the network effect, the community, and, we've talked about this. Just because you have all the bells and whistles doesn't mean that the price is going to go up. I mean, there's better blockchains than Bitcoin, technically, right? Faster, more efficient. You could do more things. You could, there's more features, but they don't have that network effect that Bitcoin has established. So you're right, Rafterman. Yeah, check out that article I shared, guys, if you want to get the lowdown with PayPal. They picked Paxos to supply crypto for their service. And, this is just another big dog getting into the crypto game. You got Robinhood. You got PayPal. Who else do you got? They were talking about other entities. But, yeah, it's mainstream. It's mainstream. It's coming here. It's mainstream, guys. Thank you again to Rafterman. I appreciate the $5 there. We got 2 people over there on D-Live. Christozilla just donated an ice cream. Thank you so much. Let's check out the stocks here to see if there's anything booming. So, as we look at the stocks, if you've been, I should do you know what I was thinking? And, a lot of people do this. I don't know, but I've been telling you guys the actual plays that I'm doing. I say it within the live streams. I don't do like individual videos, nor do I put like an individual alert. But if you're listening, you know the plays that I've been doing. And I had a play that was expiring on Friday. I had 2 plays on NVIDIA. And one of them, I had to get out. I had to get out of the loss. So it's fine. I incurred a small loss on Friday. I also incurred a gain on Friday. So it kind of balanced everything out, but I needed NVIDIA to close above 409, 409.40, and it closed like at 408. So I just missed it, but I was able to trade out before close and get back all my capital. So, I only lost $200 when I could have lost over 1,000. So these types of plays and trades, I was considering doing like a Patreon or like a private group and, publish those and talk about those specifically, make videos specifically for that. If anybody's interested with that, let me know. I don't know. I mean, people do that. And, sometimes they do like a Patreon where it's like a subscribe only. And I don't know, I don't know if I'm crazy about that or just maybe like a private group. I'm not so much about like charging people. I've never really done that. I know Manarino does the newsletter and that's all free. Maybe I'll do something like that. Let's watch Theta and Digibyte been playing nights. I like the promise of Theta because I'm into media and streaming and, it's a video platform. So I'm attracted to that stuff. But anyhow, I need a place where I can post those plays. And then on the other hand, I mean, I talk about the plays, but not a lot of people are really like catching on to it. I'm like, oh, I'm doing the Bitcoin options, selling the calls, selling the puts, and then with the fiat, the legacy stocks doing the credit spreads. I mean, and that's steady gains. That's an actual play. Like, I bought here, I sold there. Let's watch. Yeah, I read that. So let me know if anybody's interested with that. But that's what happened. So I had to close off that NVIDIA before 4 p.m. on Friday. And I'm glad, because if I would have held till close, I would have got clapped up. So, sometimes you got to know where to hold them and when to fold them, guys. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. So I lost 200 on that one, but I had another NVIDIA play that I had stacked up the week before that was expiring the same day. That one was in the money, and I think I was green 300. So, gained 300, lost 200. So I'm up. Now, I don't have a play expiring on Friday. I try to always have some sort of a play expiring on Friday, and I haven't been able to get into one. I've done some orders. I just haven't gotten filled. And I'll be honest, this week I'm a little more bearish than I was last week. And maybe that's because I finally took an L after, having a consistent record for about 5-6 weeks there. Moderna getting clapped up. Link is getting clapped up. Macy's is down. Who's the big winners today? Spotify. And I was talking about this one last week, right? When I was down, I used this one. This one is definitely on my watch list. Fastly. This one's been a gainer. Fastly is, look how Fastly's performed. Look at that. Cup pumping. Fastly. This is a cloud service, basically. They compete with like Cloudflare. Zoom is up. Shopify. These are the pandemic type stocks, guys. Etsy's back up. Work. I did a lot of plays on Slack work a few months ago. We see a lot of green. Rafterman suggesting that with the complicated things, I should charge so I could be sure if the audience really wants the info. Yeah, that's true. That's one way to put it. But yeah, my thoughts have been in, like, maybe I should document this a little bit more in detail than just passively talking about it in the live streams as like in a conversation. Like maybe actually do some videos every time I get into a play. But that's a little more personal because you're getting like straight into the numbers or whatnot. So, I mean, I would probably, do that like privately in a group or something. But the other hand is that even when I talk about it, not that many people are responsive. It definitely doesn't get the response that politics and religion does, which is funny because, it's actually plays on how to make money. Let's look at D Live. We got Symbolism X dropping a meme. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. If I get 10 people or 5 people over here on D Live, I'll distribute some rewards. Share this on your social media feeds. Let's get a couple people over here. I'll share some rewards. Usually if I leave this right here on the thumbnail and people are just hanging around, they'll end up coming trying to get some lemons. Derek says, any news on DeFi? Yeah, we just shared our portfolio, the one we did on Friday. Look at this. Look how we're booming. Over the weekend, we've made almost $1,000 in gains out here, Derek. Look at this. I think you were on the broadcast last Friday when we put together this portfolio. Remember, we did it with 91.50, and now this thing is at 10,120, almost $1,000 up. I cannot trade while driving, so I cannot be so excited about those places, Rafterman. Yeah, I get it. But even for people like yourself, that when you're not driving, and maybe you could see that at different times. When you're resting or whatnot. I think those videos, if I would to do something like that, it wouldn't be a live stream. It would just be, me documenting it on a short video. Like, okay, I'm getting into this NVIDIA play. These are the strike prices. This is the credit I'm looking for. Boom, boom. I'll tell you if the order got filled and if I get in and out of the play. Shout out to Lady Plants. And then the same thing with the Bitcoin options. Like, look, I'm selling a call. This is the strike price. Boom, boom, boom. Earn Bitcoin, just don't show your stuff. Earn Bitcoin, don't just show your stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what we've been doing out here. Like, we haven't even showed any of our stuff, like, some of the platforms, but this would be probably the first direct thing that we would offer directly to the people. I mean, I haven't sold anything to anybody. As far as this platform. Now it's affiliates. Affiliate thing is cool too, but I watch other content producers and I try to peep their hustle and their game and see like other ways that they may be getting income. And some people do that. They do like a private group with their plays. Now I don't know. I don't really buy into that stuff, so I don't know if people would actually be interested with that, or even just making something as a private group. Not even charging and just kind of having a private thing. And some people have suggested that to me, but here's the thing, I already go on for an hour plus sometimes every day. I don't got time to be managing a little group. Most of my time I put to talking on live. Oh, I thought you were talking to me, Rafterman. Earn Bitcoin. Have you been here before? I don't even see that comment. Remember, I'm seeing the comments through a third-party chat thing, so I don't know what you're talking about. So maybe someone's shilling something, and I didn't get to see it. I thought you were telling me like, oh, just try to earn Bitcoin. Don't just shill your stuff if you're gonna do like a Patreon or something. You see how things get lost in translation out here? Yeah. Clean your room, literally doing it now with the youngest Zilla. Got to teach him right. That's right. Clean your room. Barat says Paxos. Yeah, we talked about that. And I shared this article. PayPal picked Paxos to supply crypto for their new service. And I got excited when I saw this article because I remembered that Paxos has a coin, but then I'm also reminded that Paxos has a stable coin. So there's nothing really to make. There's the coin is not going to go up or down. It's made to be stable. Rafterman said it was a dude I never seen. Nah, I didn't even get to see that, Rafterman. But yeah, if he was shilling, then we didn't miss anything. Paxos price bay this time. I don't know what that means, Barat, but yeah, I just explained that Paxos has a stable coin, so the price is not intended to move. All right, take a few more comments and questions. I'm going to get a little workout in a few moments. Shout out to everybody working out at home. You got to do it, guys. I had to switch up my whole routine, guys. I'm doing lightweight now. No more than 50 pounds because of this pandemic. Now, the gym is finally open around my way. But now they require masks at the gym. So I mean, am I going to go work out on a mask? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm interested in. And I don't even think that's healthy. So I'll probably be canceling my membership, or maybe put it on hold. The membership's so cheap. But my intent is to get all the equipment and do it yourself, guys. I think one thing, and this is, we've known this for a while, but one thing that this Rona has reminded me of is the value and importance of DIY, doing it yourself. Okay? Try to do as much as you can on your own. And I know that's not possible for everything, and we understand that because you can't be completely free of help. You're going to need help in a lot of situations, but the goal should always be self-sustainability, on everything, whether it be your employment, your health, your everything, your education. Try to teach yourself, try to grow your own food, try to, do everything you can on your own, as much as you can on your own. And that being said is like, try to get the equipment to work out and do it at home, do it on your own, whatever it takes. So, I'm good so far. I got these dumbbells and this bench. It's been treating me well. I'm doing what I can. No gyms are open where Tyler's at. It's still doing body weight exercises at home. Yeah, you got to do, get in where you fit and do whatever you can. Just look at it like this. If you were, locked down in solitary, in prison or whatnot, you're not going to have all the bells and whistles, but you'll have time to do push-ups, squats, and, work out with your calisthenics. And I'm blessed to have some dumbbells and a bench. These dumbbells that I have, the Bowflex clickers, they're going for like $600-700 a pair now. And luckily I had a family member that hasn't been using them and let me use them. Tyler says, exactly, champ. Yeah, try to do it yourself, guys. Try to do it yourself. I'm talking about like literally try to do everything on your own. I know it's not possible for everything, obviously. But listen, I'm talking about, the champ cuts his own hair. I got the fade clean too. I can tape you up clean on my own. And I've been doing that. This is not because of the Rona. It's because, you got to cut your hair sometimes, and, so most people can't do that. And for the ladies, I remember, I've mentioned this before too. I remember when I was a kid, my mom doing her own nails, and doing that, learning how to do it well, sometimes you got to do it on yourself, do it on your own. Cook your own food, clean your own room, groom yourself. Like you could be surprised on how much stuff you could do on your own. Cutting your own hair is hard. I know. But if you, I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier if you do it really short. If you try to do a fade, to like long hair at the top, it's a lot harder. But I learned how to cut my hair when I went off to college. And the town that I was in, they, not too many barbers knew how to cut well over there. So, I started cutting my own hair when I was out of town. And then I would come back home and, go back to the barber. But then I started realizing, I was like, wow, I could save a lot of money here. I don't have to always wait. Here's the thing with the barber too, like especially now, you go to the barber, you got to wait for an hour or more. You don't know if there's someone there in the chair or not. And like most of these barbers are not good at keeping times, Full beard now, my kids love it. You got it. Shout out to Roger. Now I rag on the beards every once in a while, and I call the bearded ones the commies, but I can't lie. I've rocked a beard in and out many times over the past plus years. Kaboom, Dark Party, I see you. But yeah, DIY, guys. That's work out at home, do as much as you can on your own. And I know it's not possible for everything, but if you could do one extra thing on your own, not only are you going to save money, but it's empowering, guys. Like you depend on people less. You want to talk about empowerment, do it yourself. That's literally empowerment. And I know it's not possible for every single thing, but, try to be self-employed as well. Like I've said so many times, no man should be calling another man their boss. Like, oh, this is my boss. Like, what is that? You're a man. How are you going to have a boss? And of course, we've all been there. I've had a boss too, but think of the concept. Think of the concept in your mind. You go to Tyrone on the corner, he cut your hair with a blindfold on. It could be a sharp $10. I don't even know if Tyrone's charging 10 now. Even now they're trying to charge 15, 20 on me. I think Tyrone upped the price on me too. I don't even think Tyrone got the $10 special anymore. These fades have gotten out of hand now. I see people charging $25 now, and then the tip they want $30. Of course, Tyrone on the corner, jail 6 months of the year. You're funny. Yeah, I mean, for that though, you could just take a number 1 to your head and just shave it off and forget the fade. May not be a bad idea in these Corona times anyway. Nord hitting me up with ads. Shout out. They got big dog players over here. Advertising on the Brave browser. Rafterman rocks the Santa beard. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Shout out to the Santa beard. Shout out to everybody going gray. I was reading Proverbs the other day, and they were like talking about how it was good to go gray. It's like wisdom or whatnot. I was like, all right. The Floby. I haven't heard that in years, the Floby. That's like some 90s, late 90s. Remember that little machine that was like, you hook it up to like a vacuum cleaner and like it cuts your hair and cleans everything up at the same time? Whatever happened to the Floby? Rafterman looking like ZZ Top, says Lady Plants. Yeah, I can kind of picture that. You said you're looking like a Santa. I do picture like a ZZ Top look right now. Floby doesn't work for Afro hair. I never tried the Floby. I saw remember the infomercials? And I would see it. I'm like, wow, that's a pretty good idea, the Floby. But it must suck because no one ended up using it. Not gray, white here. Gray and white, like what's the difference? Is white and gray like is it the same or like because in the Bible it says gray? Are they referring to like is there a different? I don't know. All right, guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions. We hit the beats today. We talked about the markets. We talked about PAXOS, PayPal, and I answered some questions there regarding Ether Classic and more. So hit the rewind, replay, and we also showed our portfolio. Look at the portfolio booming. 10. Let me hit refresh. This is the portfolio that we did on Friday. This is our new DeFi portfolio, and boom, 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 we're up. So there you go. I mean, I'm happy about this. A gainer. Remember Wayne's World. Turn it off. Do I remember the turn it off? But I do remember Wayne's World. Wayne's World put Queen back on the map there with Bohemian Rhapsody. I'll tell you that much. Gray is different than white or silver. Anderson Cooper is silver. All right. So I don't know if I have gray or white. I really don't know. Colors differ, age the same. I guess the gray refers to like, the aging of your hair. Some are more, you're right. Some people go a little more silver, some are a little more white, some are a little more gray. Newt Gingrich is white. But yeah, what's that verse? Proverbs with the gray hair. Actually, let me find it. I'll drop a little verse on you guys every once in a while. I'm feeling like Pastor Champagne out here. There it goes. Proverbs 16:31. It says, gray hair is a crown of splendor. It is attained in the way of righteousness. So, I read that over the weekend. I was like, all right. Kind of hyped me up. Proverbs has a lot of jewels. Supposedly written by King Solomon is who this is attributed to. And it's just basically just like one-liners or just little tidbits of wisdom. Gray hair is a crown of splendor. It is attained in the way of righteousness. So check that one out, guys. Let me peep D Live real quick. We only got 2 people, so Let me hit refresh. If we get 5 people, I'll do the lemon distribution, but it looks like we may not get everyone today. Guys, drop a comment on me. Let me know what's shaking and baking. Santa is white. Yeah. I definitely don't got the Santa look. I would say it's kind of like a white and gray mix. See if there's anything else here on CoinDesk that I missed. Everything green except Chainlink. Well, no, Chainlink is back on green now. All right. Proverbs 20:20. Don't get entangled with the Smiths. I saw that one. The entanglement. That was pretty. That's wow. I feel bad for Will, but then I don't because like, how are you gonna put up with that? You know, like that's on you, bro. You know, like if you let the wife, if you go down that path, like what do you expect? You're gonna have a wife and have an open relationship. I mean, that's wild. It's your fault for even letting that cat out the bag to begin with. Of course, there's going to be an entanglement. And then, like, putting it all out there, like selling. Think about that. They did a show about it. I mean, you're literally selling it. You're selling the entanglement. Like, talk about a sellout. It's the thing with these Hollywood people and the people in the media. Everybody like idolizes them. Not everyone. A lot of people idolize them, but they don't realize how much they're selling out and how much they're shaming themselves. Like, aren't you ashamed? Like, I mean, come on. Yeah, you may be Will Smith, but come on. You look like a sucker out there, guys. I'm sorry to say that, but it's the facts, Jack. Why not? I thought it was the Jones. Right. Was it? Did they change their name? I don't even know, but the Smiths. Wow. And he seems like a nice guy too, like he doesn't seem like a bad dude, but I don't know. The more you look into all these Hollywood characters, the funnier the bunny looks. I'll tell you guys, I'm not watching any fictional content as of late. Well, I mean, there's fictional content in the MSM though, but you know what I mean. I don't got time for that right now. More bits and more kabooms. This country has lost its moral compass. Absolutely, that's exactly what it is. There, it's gone so far to the left, or it's gone off. I don't know where it's gone to the deep waters. I mean, you got to the point that people are like, how many? It's like LGBT, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I mean, how many more are you gonna add to it? And I get their argument too. I mean, I get the left's argument. I understand sometimes, but like it's there is no stopping. There is no discipline in going that route. There's no discipline. There's no stopping. There's no discipline. The goalposts always move. There is no compass. You're right. They don't have like there's no magnetic north. It doesn't. There's not something that's constant. The only thing that's constant is criticize. Helly weird. Yeah, I know. You guys probably saw Out of the Shadows doc that was shared by Q. It's about a Hollywood stuntman that he starts seeing all the funny bunny in Hollywood, and he starts really looking into it and like, hold up, this is weird. and he comes to Christ, I believe. Yeah, Out of the Shadows doc. I'm sure I shared it here once, right? He's a Hollywood stuntman, worked with like the top of Hollywood, been in some of the biggest movies. And he was just like, I started paying attention to people around me, and it started like, the more I started paying attention, it was funnier than the funniest bunny. And now he's like, I don't want nothing to do with this. Yeah, there's a price you pay to be famous and rich, guys. That's why a lot of these people that are famous and rich end up, like their families end up in some weird accidents or like some tragedies that they're involved with that you're like, wow, this is weird. And makes you wonder, what did they give up to get to where they were at? The timeout generation sure turned out wrong. Yeah, it sure did. I think the only solution now is the good Lord himself, guys. That's all I can say, Butt whipping is needed. Do not spare the rod. Yeah, I agree. I think a little bit of what's the word? Is it some castigation, some punishment to a certain extent is needed. Good documentary, says KC. Although Q weirds me out, but great doc. Yeah, I think Q is obviously, I can't say obviously because it's not obvious to everyone, so it's probably not obvious. But Q seems to me like some sort of controlled opposition, some sort of a psyop to a certain extent to quell the Patriots and to keep them at ease, keep them at bay. I do think that Donnie knows about it if he's not directly involved. But I do also believe that all the promises made by Q are not going to be, like it's promise and promise. I mean, hurry up and trust the plan and we're going to get everybody. I'm sure they're going to get somebody, but to think that the whole system is going to be given back to the people. And I mean, it sounds great, guys. I mean, but I'm not waiting for Q or Donnie to save me. Okay. I'm not. They're not my idols. Yeah. I notice under duress, these timeout kids really can't follow directions. At gunpoint, they can. I mean, I can't. Yeah, these kids, man, because this is a product of single family households, and so many of these kids that they don't have any discipline they grew up in they don't got daddy to spank them, and then if they had mom, I'm not with the mothers they got to spank and stuff, but like sometimes you need that father discipline. You need a man in the house, and if sometimes they have a man in the house, he's cucked out and he lets the woman do everything. So I think this is a product of the men not stepping up as well, Rafterman, corporal punishment. That's right. Yeah, corporal punishment. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, a little spanking here and there, Right now, I would, when I was a kid, daddy spanked me. He pulled out the belt, and I'm not mad at it, and I don't regret it. KC says, trust the plan. When there's no plan, I trust God's plan and him alone. Great time of exposing right now, being these lawless ones to shame. Rafterman says, Q's a distraction. I think, it's to keep hope with the Patriots while they keep doing what they're doing, giving more and more power to the central bank. And they'll throw them a bone. Maybe they'll arrest an Epstein or a Maxwell. They'll throw them a bone, and they'll maybe a Weinstein will get arrested or whatnot. But do you think that the whole system's going to be given back to the people and everything? Come on. I saw this young man arguing with this policeman at gunpoint. Who does that? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You're looking at a total disrespect for authority. People don't know how to be obedient anymore. And that's why we also need God, because, that's part of what God teaches you, obedience. The people want to bring down the patriarchy, but the patriarchy did a lot for us. Simon says, and dodgeball needed to go back in school. Yeah, I think they took dodgeball out years ago, right? It was too violent or something. You can't throw balls at each other. I don't even know that Simon Says has been taken out. But yeah, it's crazy. But, we see the panorama. We know what it is. We call it for what it is. Now it's us as, adults, It's on us to be responsible and let the children know, whatever age, and let our community know, do what we got to do instead of worrying about the mainstream media, about what Kanye's doing or the Smiths or, even like, what the Fed is doing. It's like a lot of that is out of our control, or most of it. Yeah, I needed my butt whipping since Rafter, man. Yeah, you got to be strict to a certain extent with your kids, I would say, because you got to teach them some obedience. Kids are out of control. They don't know. They're going to go as far as they can. They're going to test all the waters. All right, guys, we've been on for 45 plus that other video that I started with this morning that I got kicked offline there because it was my fault. I kicked over some cord or something. But shout out to everybody, Rafterman, Lady Plants, Casey, and the rest of the boomers out there. I appreciate every crypto maniac tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. You would turn on the notifications, and you could send me BAT via this browser if you got it. Shout out to whoever sent me BAT yesterday. I got 5 BAT tokens, but unfortunately, when you send BAT, you can't send me a message. So if you do, let me know over here on the chat box so I can thank you. So thank you to whoever sent me those BATs. I saw it. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and tune down. I'll get my workout in and my good food, guys. Stay strong out there and stay focused. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest champagne.